It's time to get ready with me. I thought I'd do a GRWM studio edition today. I have some workflow things that are not quite working for me. So I thought it would be fun to just kind of get you guys involved in the fixing of the upperness. Let's get the show on the road. So, is my audio really loud? I feel like it's peaking a little bit. Hold on, I'm using my wireless mic, so I can move around. So first of all, hi, I've got your chat up there. We've got a couple of views going on over here that we can kind of tackle. But I wanted to see who is in the house, where are you from, and also what kind of any workflow issues that you have in your studio setup. And obviously you don't have to have the kind of setup that I have. It's intense, it's a lot, and I'm looking for a different view here for you. So you can see I've got a lot going on in this studio, and I have some things that aren't working for me. So I'm going to kind of talk you through those things. You don't need a setup like that. You can have a super simple setup like this, but I haven't been able to show off this or the simple but pro setup that I teach in my Bold Video Bundle course because of the way this has been set up. My fault. But I thought, hello, Neil. Hello, Marcus. Bama in the house. I see you all. Sammy in the house as well. It's been a minute since I've done a live stream, so it's not your fault, really. And I'm in my PJs. We've got Abby in here, keeping her safe as well, under the desk right now with all the building that's going on. So here's the deal. When it comes to your video setup, if you're trying to create videos, webinars, live streams, Zoom calls, if it feels like a heavy lift, you don't have a good workflow. And that's one of the things I teach in my courses, of course, and here on this channel. And I want you to be able to understand workflow from a perspective of, let's make it as easy as possible for you to do the things that you need to do. Not me, right? You don't need to do the same things as me, but I want you to be able to, to flow in a way that feels easy and doable for you. And we've talked a lot about that this year on my videos, on my live streams, and my courses, etc. It has been forever. Holy crap, at the number of monitors. I have a lot of monitors in this house, in this studio. The original setup here, let me just go to this super fast. So the original setup ideas was that this would be kind of one of my sets, this view right here. And you're seeing that in this view. So this is like, I'm looking at the camera here, it gets this angle. Now, this was only supposed to be one of my sets. You haven't seen my other set, which is over here, because I don't have this in a workflow that is beneficial. Let me find the right view here. Let me get this out of the way. So this setup is supposed to be, and yes, I think I said I'm in my PJs because I'm working in the studio, so I'm going to be comfortable. I'm not going to dress up for that. But this setup is supposed to look at a different wall that is right behind what you're looking at right now. And then it has a single monitor, a computer, a Mac Mini. You can see that here. And it was supposed to be my very simple setup. There are a couple of problems with it. One, this desk is also my workstation desk. Can you see that? Let's see. Oh, that light is in the way. Here, you can see that from here. So this is my work. Like when I'm not on video, I'm working over here with this. So half of this desk is my work. Half of it's supposed to be kind of my coaching, very simple setup. And not like this that you see here. This is my extra my extra set. And there I can do anything I so desire. I do my virtual events from here. I do all of the, presentations that I do from here because it has so many monitors. It has all the capabilities that I could ever want. And I need to be able to showcase a lot of things. I need to be able to showcase simple. I need to be able to showcase setups like this for some of my, done for you clients and remote productions that we get hired to do. So there's a lot kind of going on in this studio. Jim, it does not get hot in here because I'm using LED lights. It gets hot if it's just hot outside because I don't have AC in this house, but it's not getting hot from the lights. They're all LED lights. They're very super efficient, and I keep the windows open. So I have these blackout curtains that I open, and then I open the windows while I'm not on video. But nothing makes my heart fuller than knowing these links are readily available. Which links do you want? That's the question, Billy. You have bold video. I make bold videos. Haha, Marcus. Yes, it feels like a spaceship, but I don't want you to get overwhelmed with that. I want to kind of talk through workflow things. So one of the things, see this light? This is an amazing light from Amaran. It's called the Amaran Verge Max. We can get a link in the description. See how thin it is? It's freaking awesome. And it's huge. So these lights up here, they give super soft light. This is why I use them. But they take up a lot of space. This I'm in testing for a particular purpose for you guys to be able to get smaller space saving light, but with that beautiful soft light. So anyway, this video is not about this light. However, let me show you what the problem is. I'm using this tiny little desk for reviews or for like demos and testing of new gear so that I know what I can recommend to you. This desk was not my intended test desk. I was supposed to have this desk as my kind of set it, test, demo, all the things. However, as you know, the desk debacle of 2025 happened, and I did not wind up with a third desk in here. So I wound up with this desk because I got this for Callie in India while we were doing the Expand Your Reach virtual event. I did not realize they were so small. But I kept them thinking, oh, I can just do my demos on this, it'll be fine. It looks like crap on video. I've tried, because I currently, as you can see, like I'm kind of testing this whole thing. But it's so small, it looks pitiful on camera. So I haven't been able to do anything. Plus, like this is actually kind of, it has threatened to tip this desk over as I move it around. So I can't do that. So I got to thinking, hello, Marco. So if you guys need help with your studio, of course, this is what I do. We have all kinds of videos on, I see some comments in the chat room. This is what we do. If you have the need for videos on YouTube, we've got tons of those. If you need courses, we've got tons of those. Not tons of those, we've got those. And then if you want us to do the work for you or help you or consult with you, we can do that as well. That being said, here's the deal. I've been thinking this isn't working for me because this desk, in order for me, can you see you can't see it, but there's a gaffer tape on my floor here to mark my spot where I have to stand in order to be in frame based on the background here. Let me go to, okay, there we go. So I have to stand here in order to be in frame. See how much space is between me and my desk? I could move the desk out, but then that's another workflow friction point to be an issue, right? Anyway, So coming here is too close to the camera. I don't have enough space. And so being able to manage with a mouse and all of the things is too far away. So I would either have to pull this out, but that's an annoyance that I just don't want. So, oh, I meant to plug in. This is probably pretty dark, sorry. So I got to thinking, I kind of need this desk right here. I need, in order to, where am I? Which camera am I on? I need this desk to be the original idea of demoing, so I can move this. So my thought here is that I'm going to move this desk out to be my demo desk. I can put the lights on. I can put the bold video bundle setup that I teach in my course on that desk, and I can show you what a simple setup looks like, because a lot of people are intimidated by this setup, right? Like, you don't need this setup. I want to be able to show you how easy it can be, as well as how amazing it can be. I need my wife to watch this to see it's possible I get more stuff in here. That's hilarious. So here's where I went from there in terms of my thought process of creating a workflow that doesn't have friction. So there are multiple pieces of friction kind of causing problems. And so I've been defaulting to this because it's set up and easy to use, which is my whole point for you in your setup. So I was thinking, so I also have, hold on. I don't have muscle memory with all the different camera angles yet. So see this over here? This is my mobile setup that I have used on some of the recent YouTube videos that I've released. And you have seen that setup, but I need the prompter to be easily connected to my laptop. And so what I've been doing in order to use that, because I want to stay on track and I want to keep my notes up there, I've been putting my laptop here, moving this over there, and that gets kind of like a behind the scenes view. Again, coming back to workflow, that's not an efficient way to do this. I don't want to have to set up, tear down things. So I got this, and I thought I would have it built. I meant to have it built before I did this stream, but I didn't get enough time. So I have that, and this is, it has an attachment that I can actually put it on the C-stand on the mobile setup. And so people, so my students were recently asking me about that mobile setup. Hold on. Why didn't we? Hello? Okay, here we go. So my students were recently asking me about this. I am working on a video. So as soon as I get this stuff set up, then I will shoot that video about this setup. And so this is like my mobile. I can take it, I can move it, I can get the shot that I need. And that was really important to me so that I can do some of the demos of like the lighting and the things that I have some videos in mind for you that I'm super excited about to really be practical for you to use in your studio setup. A lot of like, how do we light the background? How do we do these things? So I needed kind of like an ability to move around and not be in static shot all the time. So everyone here has gear acquisition syndrome for sure. All right, so I got this, and I'm breaking things already in the studio. That's fine. It's fine. And so I got this. So that is going to be my laptop stand for the mobile. But then I also got to thinking, what am I going to do about this, right? I still need a workspace. So if I steal this desk and move it out, then I still need to be able to work with my I still need to be able to, finding the right camera at the right time. I still need to be able to do this and have a mouse and a keyboard to be able to manage that. I also still need to be able to work when I'm not on video. And I really like this spot because I have a view out of this window that I enjoy looking at while I'm working, and it keeps me calm and peaceful. So that is really important to me as well, right? And we've got to think about what's important to you outside of video creation, because most of you, tell me, are you using a multi-purpose setup? Like, you're not just recording videos or doing webinars, you're also working, maybe it's a shared space. So type like multi-purpose, shared space, whatever you have going on. And so when we are trying to multi-purpose a space, when it comes to creating videos with a workflow that is easy, you absolutely need to think about what makes you happy, especially if, like, you're like me, you're working most of the time, not shooting videos most of the time. And so what will bring you peace and joy in your work environment as well. So those are the things that I really want to think through when it comes to those setups. So then I was like, okay, well, all the different needs in one space. So I chose this. This originally was going to be for the mobile setup. But now what I'm thinking, it's halfway built. Okay, Billy, so I've used those trays before on the mobile setup, but it's been a while. So multi-purpose, multi-whatever, fair. So this I had gotten, and I was thinking it would be an option for that laptop stand for the mobile setup. However, I'm currently thinking, and this could go terribly awry for me, but this is what I'm going to set up and try. It could be the setup for this space. Hold on. I didn't program all the right buttons before I did this, because my coaching call went long, which is wonderful. It was a fantastic coaching call this morning. And so we went long, and so I didn't get the chance to set everything up. I apologize for the fumbling around. But if I could use that bamboo stand that has like multi kind of levels and purposes, either for here, so that I just kind of pull it out and I can manage things, because I'm always going to be standing at this studio. Like this set is only a standing set. Or I could use it as my workstation. It looks a little mobile for me to be comfortable, but then I'm thinking I could maybe put this here and use that bamboo set or that bamboo desk stand thing for my workstation. I could even move it over here for, right? So I've got multiple potentials here. And so I haven't figured out ultimately what I want to do, but I have a few things that I'm testing. And again, it's really just about what are we going to do to remove friction from each piece of the use cases that I have in here. Kittens bring everybody joy. Puppies as well, for sure. What did you had one of those mobile trays, Marco? Why don't you anymore? Like, why did you remove it out of your system? So I can use a couple of different things to create a situation that gives me space to accomplish all of the things. Because if I then now have this big white desk moving around in here, that's going to take up more space. So what I don't want to do is get a third big desk. So I'm looking for like smaller solutions to be able to use what I already have, right? Like, that's one of the biggest things I tell you constantly. Let's not just buy things to buy them because it's a new thing on the market or it's something that you saw somebody else use. I'm looking at, I already have this weird small desk. What can I do with it? I can put that over here for this set and just leave it. It's going to take up a very minimal space, but get the job done, and I don't have to move it back and forth. I can just leave it where it needs to go. Or I could use it as my main work desk. It may be too small for that, or like feel like too low to the ground because it's a pretty low desk. It was like from Target or Walmart or something. It was just like the simplest, cheapest thing that I could get at the time. I intended to send it back, but then I decided I could probably use it in here. So I need to get that rolling. Tray, because of my Parkinson's I'm barely mobile, and I could do live streams. Okay. Oh, so you can barely walk. That would really help me with your live streams. I love that. Yeah, the rolling stand, I think is going to be a really good piece in here, because I love the way this is laid out. Let me go to that. So see how this is actually at an angle? I love how I've positioned this set, because it frees up the rest of the room, right? You can kind of see it's kind of all the way up against this wall, and I have all of this space, all of that space. So now if I'm pulling this out to be able to demo things, use the behind the scenes camera or the mobile camera to shoot certain tutorial videos that I have in mind for you. I want to be able to get some good, pretty shots in here. And so clutter, clutter ain't the thing for pretty. So I'm thinking through all of those things, right? And that's part of this process is really, I don't want you to spend, I have more complicated needs, obviously. You don't necessarily have that or need to spend a lot of time thinking about things. I was just talking to somebody this morning, and he said, you know, I have this big dream that I want, and I don't have the budget for that yet. I don't have the time for that yet, most importantly. And I think that what I'll do is, we came to the conclusion that it would be best for him to just buy my course, get set up with a simple setup that up levels the quality that he's creating right now, and then just be done with it for now, and then upgrade over time as budget and time allows for that. And I think that's a really strong way for a lot of you to go. Let's just buy the kit that I teach. Let me plug it in. I don't know what that was, but you know, I'm gonna hold up two pieces of equipment, a cable and a camera, and I'm gonna plug it in. You do exactly as I do. It's the closest thing to having me set it up for you, but it's a simple kit, and it doesn't take up room, and it's super easy and simple to get going. So if that's something that you need, we can provide you that link. But I just want to kind of make sure that you have the quality that you desire, and you have a workflow that is easy. And so when you have friction, like I'm dealing with friction right now, because I can't do X if I don't do Y, that's not a good thing. It doesn't get the job done. So my whole goal for you is, where are the friction points? What do we need to do to fix that? And then let's be done with it, and let's start creating content. Let's just get that content out the door, and you can upgrade over time if needed, right? Roderick says, it's been tough to try figure out what I want to do with my background. Everyone uses a bookshelf and a fake tree. My wall is painted thunder gray, but I want to keep it simple and it looks great. So you can do some LED lights, like I'm doing LED lights on this. I also have the paper backdrop that I had in my old studio, that if your wall is painted thunder gray, LED lights on it is a great look to be able to just have a simple setup for sure. Paul says, I know what I want in the future. The biggest hurdle was space, and now that I have the space, the full studio will come soon. Yeah, congrats, by the way. I said that on Instagram to your comment as well. Let's see. Lima says, Lima, it's been a while, I feel like. Hi again. So helpful about my new office space. You're always so helpful. That's my goal. If I'm not helpful, then I shouldn't be doing this. Bama, yes, I get a lot of stuff from companies directly, but like little things like this, I'm not gonna go through the hassle of like, can you send this to me for free? It's like $100, so like I'm not gonna go through that hassle for little things like that. And it's not a hassle. Like I have great relationships with companies that send me product, see if I want to recommend it, right? I love this light. I'm so excited about it, but I'm trying to here's my promise to you as we go forward on this channel. I'm not just looking at gear. I am looking at your workflow for gear. I'm looking at what's the practical use of a piece like this, and what setup things do you need to know about it so that it's easy and you don't have to spend time fiddling around with it yourself. That is my goal for you. I don't want you messing with tech. I don't want you spending time with all of the things and the setup and the figuring it out, all of the jargon that goes along with it. My goal for you is simplicity when it comes to tech, so that it's a tool for you to start going out, creating, getting your message heard, because that is the most important thing. Billy says, that's what I've always appreciated about you and your content, truly looking out for people. Oh, thank you. No, not sure why I'm using exclamation all day. That's funny. Your video kit is amazing. Lima, Lima, you went through the Bold Video Bundle course. I would love to, can you follow up with us at support@livestreamingpros or DM me on Instagram? I'd love to see a picture of your setup and how you're using it. If anybody has gone through that course, please do reach out. Please follow up with me. I love to see the results of what you're being able to accomplish. So I would love to see that. Michael says, my setup is always changing and will never be final, but I'm a geek. Yeah. So those of you who self-identify as geeks, then do what you love to do, right? And I'm here for it. And those of you who are not tech savvy, who don't like to spend time in the weeds, that's my goal for you is like, I do the work. I do 80% of the work. So you do 20% of the setup and then just be done with it. Billy went from 400 square feet to like 25, but living in Puerto Rico. Wow. I don't think I realized you moved to Puerto Rico. Did we talk about that at camp? But that's 25. Hopefully that's exaggerating. I'm going to hope. But Billy, I would love to see what you're doing with 25 square feet of studio space. I think you're not living in 25 square feet, are you? Please. Bama says, I bought all my setup based on your recommendations over the years, and I get compliments from my peers and clients all the time for the quality of my video. That's awesome. I love that. Language certification. Thanks so much for the raise your hand overlay in Ecamm. It's awesome. It works perfectly. Yay. And you're planning to get 3D emojis from the graphics store. All of you can get fun little graphics that allow your content to shine, to be personality filled, and kind of engage with the audience more as well. We don't do special promo codes for the store. I apologize, but they're really inexpensive as things go for sale. So Lima says, I'm moving into a new house, so I'll take your course all over again when I get set up. Fantastic. Lima, would love to hear that. Awesome. All right, so I was going to actually assemble this stuff. Which camera do we want? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I was going, and they're like, what? Some meat stick and some fruit snacks. Some gummies, because I apparently am a 5-year-old. I don't know. I don't know why these are sitting here. But my point was, I was going to have everything assembled, but it's sitting there half assembled. And so I was going to kind of assemble it and show you during this stream. But unfortunately, I don't think you want to sit here and watch me for, an hour assemble IKEA looking things. But I promise to follow up with the setup as I get it working. So this desk, I think, is going to move here, positioned right here on this line where I have to stand to be in frame so that I can actually get this up and running and moving and using it, because it's been almost a year since I moved in. Whoopsies. And then my workstation is probably going to go to that bamboo rolling shelf, and then the tray will probably just go on there and be done with it. I think it'll work out. I'm pretty excited. So what questions do you have? Any questions that you have, I'm happy to tackle super fast. And then I'm going to have to get to building, because I have that Prompter XL that is waiting for shooting. But the whole reason all this came up was, well, it's been an issue, but the Prompter XL, I have a video that I am working on with specific, this is going to be the best video ever when it comes to the Prompter XL. I'm just putting that out there. I'm claiming it because I'm putting a lot of thought into all the questions that you've had about the Prompter XL, and I'm not going to give anything away because it's, I don't want somebody to, beat me to this video because I'm still setting up, but it's going to be really, really good. So if you haven't bought it, if you're not sure about it, if you did buy it, but you've hit some friction points in the setup that you desired, I've got you covered. So I will get that out the door as soon as humanly possible. I just couldn't shoot that video without fixing this workflow issue. And that's what I mean about workflow and friction. If it stops you from creating, it's not a good setup. Roderick, the course. So the Bold Video Bundle is essentially, it is what I call a paint by number style system. Literally, I tell you exactly what to buy. I provide you a shopping list that has cables and accessories and everything that you need for success with a simple but professional video setup. And so I give you a shopping list, and I give you the exact kit to buy. And then once that arrives, literally all you're doing is following my videos, and I tell you exactly what to plug into what first, second, third, and we just go down the line so that you're not undoing and making mistakes along the way. You follow my hands and you've got it built. So you don't have to think about it. I tell you exactly what settings to set the lights up and the camera at without you having to understand what each and everything means. So it's the fast track toolkit to getting a video setup done. And it's a simple setup. So it's not the best of the best of the best, but it's the inexpensive kit that gets you the job done. And like other people have said, it looks good and you're going to get compliments about your video. And then we also have a software part to that. That's why it's a bundle. So we tackle the gear, we tackle the background, and we tackle the software setup so that you can have overlays like this. These are not the overlays that you get. These is my overlays, but we give you a pack that is customizable. So you can just download it, double click. I show you exactly what to change within the software, and then you're done. So that is what we have for you. Lima says, Roderick, if you have additional questions, feel free to ask here. Or if you want to email support at Livestreaming Pros, you all can always DM me on Instagram. It's probably the easiest place to get me. So Instagram.com/LariaPetrucci. I'm always in my DMs. I'm happy to guide you in the right direction for sure. Lima says, it's worth every penny. I've used it twice already because of moving. Lima, we got to get you to stop moving. That's that's your friction point. And you also said, I'm thinking of getting the XL because the small one is so hard to see. Can't wait to see your video on it. Yeah, so with a desk, and that's the kicker, is with the desk setup, there are some very specific things that you're going to have to consider when using the XL, which is one of the things that I'm going to kind of show you. Billy, I'm afraid to throw comments on screen because I don't know what the design is. I highly doubt this is the intended design. I haven't used the comments on this profile in a while, but anyway, we're just gonna go with it. I don't think Paul Dixon is here to see and witness the horror that is going on right now. What camera settings on your main cam? I just got the quad HDMI Blackmagic thingy, and now I'm undecided on my settings. I keep it simple in terms of the main cam settings. You know, like I'm looking for a little bit of both. So what I teach inside of my courses is slightly different than what I'm using because this setup is different. However, you know, I'm looking for some of that bokeh effect, I place, you know, white balance on manual so that I can have full control over that. I guess that's, I'm having a hard time answering that because, like, we have a video on the Sony. I actually have a video on the YouTube channel with the exact settings that I set my camera up at. Slightly different here since that video, but it's mostly the same. So what thing are you undecided about specifically, Billy? All right, so, and now that's, oh, it's because my buttons are all screwed up. Okay, so Billy, feel free to post that. I am gonna jet now though, but Billy, reach out to me, you know how to get a hold of me. Instagram DMs are the easiest way if you guys do have questions. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna get to work so that I can shoot that Prompter XL video for you. I have to fix all of this up first, so it shouldn't take me too long. I'll keep you, no, it's okay, Billy, I just wasn't sure like which direction you wanted to take that, but let's chat in DMs. I will keep you updated. I'll post pictures and videos as I find the right workflow for this solution, or the right solution for this workflow that I've laid out. Thank you for hanging out with me. I am streaming at 10K. Sorry, wait, am I? I should be on 1080. Yeah, I'm 1080 60 frames per second. I do not stream at 4K unless there's a really use case specific for that, because of the delay. And I also have a video on my YouTube channel about that, but I'm pretty sure you know the details about that. So if you're streaming at 4K, you're gonna have more latency, the delay from when I speak to when you hear it. And so then chat becomes a little bit more of an awkward situation. So I don't like streaming at 4K, especially for something that, you know, we're not really repurposing this content exactly. It's a kind of casual experience. So that's kind of how I like to think about that. Hello, Fi. I am sorry. I am heading out the door right now, but I appreciate you popping in. I'm home now. I'm done with work travel, so I should be able to be consistent. I have not been consistent on my live stream schedule because I've been traveling nonstop for like 2 months, and then we had a big event before that. So live Thursdays, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Put that on your schedule and show up and participate in this amazing community. Thank you so much. Shall we dance this baby out? Let's dance this baby out. Maybe. Oh, I don't hear it.
Honey, I got what you want. Give me all of your love. What you do to me, babe, I can guarantee